last episode was a confession of his feelings towards another girl. And I thought that was gonna be kinda like, oh, cuck. But it actually wasn't. And I actually really respect that decision because, man, ever since boy girl friendship, there have not been. I've never been able to see a good boy girl friendship in romance anime. Like, it's just a guy and a girl in a romance anime. They friends? No, they gotta be fucking now. Even Kuranika, I made friends with the second prettiest girl in class. That's obviously heading in that direction. But I really enjoy the fact that Yota and Koyun aren't fucking. And they're just friends. That's really nice. I do like that dynamic, but it is still it's still just refreshing to see an actual boy girl friendship. But that doesn't mean that that has been fully conveyed to the other characters. So Minato and Miki also think, like I did, that they possibly like each other, that possibly could be dating. So that's gonna be a misunderstanding we have to clear up later. But yeah, I really respect the decision. And well, let's just see how this next episode develops. Let's go. Fuck you, Netflix! Jeez. Terrible corporation. I get it. You said it's 2 times now, Netflix. Fucking serious. Ah. So bad. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Love the Vietnamese. I love speaking Vietnamese. Yeah. I also remember from last episode that Miki was the one that kind of encouraged Koyun to pursue Igarashi. So that was always that was always something I kind of hold against her right now. But then again, we don't really know all of the dynamic of what was going on back then. So maybe we'll get some more in this episode. Oh, there was a specific one. I thought it was just in general, but there is a specific girl. Okay. Honestly, this is an even bigger offense because it's fucking Japan. Like, Japan, we all know, it's just so clean, they don't fucking litter anywhere. They put their trash in the trash. Unlike basically every other country. It's amazing. So doing that to someone's locker is probably an even bigger offense there, because it's like, you really treated me like a trash can. Oh, this piano soundtrack. Oh shit, me. Okay, that escalated.
私は気づいていなかった。なんで走らないの？いや、ミキは取れるかもだけど。そうじゃなくて、取れなかったのと諦めるのは違うじゃん。
Ah, so Miki used to be like this kind of character. A very like, since we're on volleyball, I think the best comparison is probably Kageyama. It's just someone that expects people to completely give their all at all times and doesn't like give a shit about like how they feel. They just want this. They just want everyone to just completely like give up their like all of their ability at every point in time because they just fucking need them. Like Kageyama in how he just expects people to always like, oh, why didn't you get that toss? Why didn't you save that ball? You gotta take our enemy seriously. It's kind of like that. And well, obviously you shouldn't let people laze around. That's true. But you also need to consider people's feelings, right? You can't just say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You can't be so naggy. You gotta actually understand people and just talk to them, flesh out their feelings before you just snap.
自分が思っていることをはっきり伝えることが誰かにとっては苦痛になっていたことも。
Yeah, because you're kind of bitchy about it. Like, I get you're the gorilla and that's kind of your thing to get really angry, but you shouldn't just blow up in front of people just because they didn't completely go for a ball. Like sometimes people just have dips in motivation, right? It's just like if you know that person is usually hardworking, then you should just ask them like what's going on.
疲れてるだけいいじゃん。贅沢だよ。大事な友達を。
Yeah, maybe she's not really like Kageyama, but I think a better one is for Miki is that she is a bit she has very little filter. She loves to like just say her feelings outright. And so when she's just in the moment, she just says that kind of shit. Like for example, like we said before on the volleyball, it's like, why didn't you get there? You know, you should have gone for that ball. And while it's true, maybe they could have gotten the ball, and that maybe is how she feels initially. I think if she just let herself calm down a little bit, had a little bit of a filter, she would have filtered those words out of her mouth and just would have been like, okay, no, I shouldn't say that. And hearing this, she probably like, especially nowadays after she's matured a little bit, she definitely wouldn't have said that because, well, it's wrong to think that just because someone likes you, you should date them. But I think she understands that.
傷つけていたことも。
Mm.
喋れば喋るほど、動けば動くほど、どんどん空回っていた。
Mm. The more I was speaking up, the more I was just running in place. I wouldn't really define it as running in place, though. I disagree with that. Because running in place means that you're not going anywhere. But Miki is more so like going back. She's kind of like moonwalking, if you think about it. Like she's thinking she's going forwards, but she's actually like going backwards, you know? That moonwalking. I don't know if I'm doing a very good moonwalking motion right now. But yeah, I don't really say running in place is the best way to describe it, but it is true that like she seems very like impulsive, has no filter. And so while you should be able to speak out, you should also be a bit more careful in your words. That doesn't mean that you should just like hide every aspect of yourself. It's just that you should obviously like take other people's feelings into account at least somewhat and know when not to cross the line. And the best basis for when not to cross the line is whether you yourself would not like that to be said to you, right? If you would not like that to be said to you and it's not like a tough love moment, then you shouldn't say it at all. It's just no. Now, obviously, sometimes that doesn't apply to everyone, and sometimes you say something that you'd be comfortable with, but other people aren't. So then that means that you just need to establish those boundaries, communicate each other's feelings, and just be like, oh, okay, that's maybe don't say that again, and then just move on, apologize. But you need to have some sort of filter, right? You shouldn't have too much of a filter, but you also shouldn't have no filter whatsoever. It's a spectrum, okay? Most things in life are a spectrum, and not everything can just be defined as like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that, you should be like this, completely like that. No, it's mostly just a spectrum. But in here, I would say lean towards less filter, but you should still have some. But that depends on the person.
余計なことは喋らない。騒がない。叫ばない。
So that's how she went from being a gorilla to being like the more clean and proper girl that people like about her. So she kind of got that filter and made herself seem more proper. And so she only really acts like that when she's with people that she's close with, because you know that's more comfortable.
人を傷つけない。
She doesn't want to hurt others.
よし。
Damn, this is gonna be a more Miki-centric episode, We haven't really gotten that much into the character for her ever since that one episode with Minato and maybe the little bit of a triangle there. But I kind of like the backstory. I want to know what happened with that hand injury. Because... Oh, and then also kind of, yeah, builds up on her speaking out. Because she was so like rash and impulsive to speak out to her. She got injured.
ねえ、次の移動一緒に行かない？はい。やったー！高校からは間違えないようにしようと気をつけていたら、クラスに
I feel like a lot of people do in high school. Like because they're like getting more into puberty and shit, they get more insecure, they think about all their actions and try not to piss other people off.
すごい可愛い子いるなーってずっと思ってたんだ。怖いくらいにうまくいきすぎてしまった。そうだ、つーくん今度映画。
I kind of relate to this, you know. I feel as if not really in school, but with my parents, I really do put on this filter, and I just become a very like like how she's acting right now. She's kind of like sitting there, like smiling, and just like she'll interact with you. If you talk to her, she'll talk back. It's just kind of very docile is the best word I'd say, and just really like thinking about what should I say, what should I not say. And luckily with my friends it can be more free, but with my family it's just a bit more uncomfortable. It's just personal shit.
出るの漫画の実写化だっけ何の私漫画は結構読むよじゃあ知ってるかな
Shonen not Shonen Jump, Shonen Gang. That's kinda close.
恋のひまわりを君に100
100 Sunflowers of Love for You. That sounds like such a cheesy shoujo romance that I would 100% check out.
本は多くない
Also, why sunflowers? Shoujo manga. I mean, I also am not really a big shoujo manga guy. Alright, let's get back to the rest of the episode on equal footing, episode 8. But while I was just like watching the OP, I was reading like some news about like America, and it turns out that in New York City, there's a fucking Israel Day parade, and Zohran Mamdani skipped that. And I was just thinking, why the fuck is that a thing? It's completely unrelated. It's just like so fucking crazy. What the hell? Israel Day. What the fuck?
うすうす気づいてたけど好きなものが違いすぎる
So, like, she, as a gorilla, she's much more into, like, Shonen Jump and shit. And so the fact that these girls were into, like, more typical, like, shoujo manga, shoujo anime, she kind of didn't fit in, but I guess she morphed her taste and started, like, getting into the shit that they were into in order to fit in. Yotta? Are we still in... Okay, I'm very confused because... I'm very confused because I thought we were still in flashback mode. Like, I thought this was like Miki still starting out in high school, but I guess those are just new girls she hasn't interacted with yet? No. Because they did know each other in middle school, I think. They knew each other before this. Yota, Miki, and Minato. So maybe this is still part of the backstory and it's just she knows Yota.
聞いてバイクそろそろ返そう
おお
Maybe this is present day.
暖かくなったらどっか行きたい
ああ俺渓谷とか行きたいかも
That does sound very nice.
最初は近めで景色のいいとこがいいよね
Okay, well, a local spot with a good view is a good place for any outing. Like, where else would you want to go? The fucking landfill? Why wouldn't you want that? Obviously, yes. Hmm.
ヨータが毎日一緒にいてくれたらいいのに
Oh? Okay. The fact that she said that to Yota. Doki doki. Because imagine that the girl that you like say, if only we could spend every day together. That's gonna...
何の話
おやほーみなと暖かくなったら遠出
Okay, I feel like this is the present day. This is the present day. I was just wondering what the fuck? But then why would she say our tastes are just so different? Is it because, like, is it just girls she hasn't met before or
し
what?
たいって話
何それ楽しいやつじゃんあ
Or maybe she's just like, that was part of the backstory with the girls, and then now it's just back to present day and she's like, damn, our tastes are still so different.
あごめん先輩からだちょっと外すね
Senpai.
じゃあ私も行くわ
あミキ待って
Ooh. What did you even have to say? Maybe it's something to do with Yota and Koyun.
あのさ
Or...
氷川さんってどんな人
What? I mean, I get that you want to know more about her, just... I mean... Maybe she just asked directly instead of going to her friend instead. That's a little bit. And you know what Miki's like. Like Miki's like a bit protective of Koyun. So the fact that you, a person she definitely does not want to end up with Koyun, is saying this. She's like, the alarm bells, man. You gotta watch your step.
はい。今度はどういう。
いや、
It what this? Okay, wait, no. He did know about it. Okay, that I remember now. That's how we learned about the whole thing with Igarashi before. But this time,
普通に友達になりたいんだけど。
wait a minute. In what way this time? So before, okay, but here he says he wants to be friends. So before, did he also say? Because then that would just be. I guess before he was interested in her in like how she's like a loner, like the same way he's interested in other loners, like what Miki was before. He was interested in that, and he was kind of interested in them as like a problem to solve rather than an actual friend, which is one of the reasons why this guy sucks in relationships because he just approaches things as if they're problems, not really people to befriend with. But that's an entirely different kind of worms. So I think that's what he meant before. But now that I think about it, I remember back in the Miki backstory, Miki was all alone and then was approached by Minato and Yota. So that means that I think that scene where Minato, Yota, Minato and Yota team together to go befriend Miki happened after the glass shattering in the volleyball scene. And so it was after all of that that Miki kind of realized herself and sort of distanced herself from people because she realized that she was being a danger to Koyun because of her foul mouth and her inability to filter her mouth. She distanced herself. She didn't want to hurt Koyun anymore. Like she said, she doesn't want to hurt people anymore. And so then after that, Minato took an interest in Miki because Miki was such a loner. Or maybe did Miki transfer to another school? I don't remember that. But then Minato took interest in Miki and then they became friends. And then after that, now everyone's reuniting in high school and we get the dynamic that we see today. That's just something that came to my head just now because I just remembered the other parts of the Miki backstory that we got from that episode where it maybe looked like she had feelings for Minato.
友達になりたいんだけど。なんかこう好きなものとか嫌いなものとか。
Because back then he wanted to know more about the backstory in terms of, like I said before, a problem to be solved. But now he actually she actually sees her as a person rather than a problem, which is why Miki is actually happy because she wants Koyun to be treated like a person because she is a person, a very good person.
大丈夫。乗れる乗れる。
Yeah. And the best way to know that kind of shit is to just ask her. Backstory shit, maybe a bit sensitive, which is why you shouldn't have asked Miki anyway, but this kind of just what you like that kind of shit, your preferences, that's just shit you gotta ask her directly.
自然体っていうかま。要
Yeah.
は真心が大事みたいな。
抽象
Also, it's very ironic that she's saying this. But then again, I think a lot of people can do this. A lot of people can give advice, but they don't follow it themselves. They're being major hypocrites. Because I think a lot of people know what to do. You yourself probably hate yourself for a lot of reasons, but you know how to make yourself better. You know how to improve, but you don't fucking do it. Because the actual hard part is finding motivation and the ability to maintain that motivation for a very extended period of time until it becomes like a habit. That's the difficult part. And a lot of people, they can't get past that part. Myself included, I'm not going to say I'm better than you. So they can give the advice and may even fall on deaf ears. But they can give it and they can even tell themselves that they know what to do. But they simply cannot do it because they don't have the ability to maintain their motivation. That is, I think, the problem that a lot of people face. And it's difficult to overcome because, like, motivation only lasts so long, you get burnt out and shit, and you just gotta make shit into habits. Like, for example, exercising, fucking, what else? Reading a book. I don't know, whatever you want to become a habit, whatever you want to improve about yourself, you gotta just make it into a habit and just keep doing it, even if you don't feel like it. But then again, that's the most obvious advice ever. You didn't need me to tell you that. You just needed the motivation to do it now that someone has told you that.
なんか今すごくなかった。島逆のワンシーンかと思う。
Don't fuck it. Listen, I just watched Kuranika today, and I just watched fucking Ice Theater Game today. Kuranika doesn't do it, but Ice Theater Game fucking with the shoujo manga and then take your inspiration from that shit. That's just cringe. Oh my god. No, no. Koyun and Minato and then Yota and Miki. Those are the ships that I support.
Miki.
港
But it is interesting because Minato looks a lot like Yamada if you think about it. But remember in that Polar Opposites episode when Yamada like said that he was on the road to fall in love but wasn't really there yet because of how he felt about Nishi, like wanted to make her smile, wanted to know more, make her laugh, wanted to know more about her. It's kind of like that for Minato. He has like what I like to call a friend crush, where you don't really like see them romantically, but you want to know more about them. You want to grow closer as friends with that person. That's a friend crush. So he has kind of like a friend crush with Koyun, and I think having a friend crush and that kind of interest in a person is on the road, but not completely like dead set on the path to falling in love with that person, because obviously you are interested in them. Just maybe not in that way yet, but it is definitely, I think, the main route to falling in love. And look at what happened with Yamada. He's probably getting with Nishi in the end. I mean, it's what the OP thinks, it's what logic dictates. So I can kind of see the same path for Minato. It's just a matter of whether Koyun will reciprocate those feelings. But there was that one episode where the whole apology thing and finally warming up to him.
ミキちゃんってさ、雨宮君とどういう関係？あ、さっきすごいいい感じだったから。さっき？あ、いや、そういうんじゃ。でも
That's the thing though, because Minato and Miki have known each other for quite a while, and I did, and there was, remember that one episode, with the vending. I remember it was the vending machine. It was the episode after it ended with the vending machine. But there was that one episode, and it looked like they had feelings for each other. But I don't know. I feel as if we do go down this route, Mickey might end up cut or rejected. Because I don't see it happening. Like obviously Yota could get with Koyun, and then Mickey gets with Minato, but I just don't see that happening. I think it's a bit. I think we're having a bait and switch right now. Like just like with Yota and Koyun, where it's like, oh, maybe Yota and Koyun are gonna be a thing. No. It's actually the opposite way around, and actually, Miki also likes Yota back, or Minato reveals that he actually does like Koyun in that way. I just do not believe that we're going to go down the route of Minato and Miki getting together. It just doesn't seem right.
それを言ったら日野くんとかも仲いいよね。確かにたまに話してるの見るし。ミキちゃんはどっちが本命なの？そういう
Hino. Oh, Hino Yota. That's his name?
じゃないから。
And yeah, it's kind of really shitty that people see a guy and a girl interacting with each other and they're like, oh my god, you like them? Is it like that? Oh my god, you dating? What's between you and him? It's like, man, guys and girls can be friends. You know that, right?
あ、いや本当に普通に友達だから。
And that's another reason why I fucking love the. I like that decision to make Yota and Koyun just friends. Because, man, there is such a severe lack of boy-girl friendships in romance anime.
なんかごめんね。男子と喋ってた時はもっと機嫌良かったくせにね。
Well, yeah, because you girls are fucking grilling her about guys that she's not even into and be like, oh, you like him, you like him. Like, no shit, she's gonna be happier because you're fucking pressuring her. Fucking hell, they're just trying to manufacture some sort of rumor, some sort of fucking drama. It's what it's. Okay, see, I stopped myself from saying something because I have a filter. But just say the word began with a W.
なんでちょっと会話しただけであんな風に言われるの？二人に申し訳なさすぎる。
Yeah.
中学の時は誰からも何も言われなかったのに。
It's again, it's just because of fucking puberty. Because we're all like hot-blooded teenagers. They think that oh, a guy and a girl they must be fucking and shit. It's just it sucks, but it's high school.
女扱いされてなかったからか。私は
What? None of them. Oh, back in middle school. I was thinking, wait, the guys, the girl? No, because back in middle school.
ただここは失敗したくないだけなのに。なんで。可愛いからもう女の子扱いから盛り出ししたい。
Honestly, yeah, Miki just is a very masculine type of girl with like how she in terms of being the gorilla and also the fact that she's into sports and shonen jump. Like she is a very masculine girl, and that's fine. I'm not saying she's trans. It's a different thing entirely, but I feel like she should be more open about her identity. It's just like open with her masculinity or her amount of masculinity, if you will, and just if people are uncomfortable with that, then it's fine. But you also should should do your part and have a bit of a filter, but you shouldn't hide yourself, right? That's like I said, it's a spectrum.
お疲れ様です。
お疲れ。
ミッキー。
Oh, it's her.
あったかいものでも飲まない？
Who the hell are these two?
私、女の子って感じのグループにすごく緊張しちゃうんですよね。
Me too, but not for the not for the right not for the same reason. She probably gets nervous around them because she doesn't really know how to act because she's not really a girly girl, more of like a tomboy.
昔から刺したりとか苦手で、直接はっきり言われたい派なんですけど、中学それで失敗しちゃって。で、未だにさじ加減がわからないまま高校で猫かぶりまくってたら後戻りできなくなっちゃったっていうか。
Damn. That's so real, but it's also really sad, isn't it? Like really think about it. Like she's kind of an airhead. I don't want to like dog on her right now, but she is a bit of an airhead, and she just can't really understand people or read people's intentions beneath the surface, like how Minato could, or like how people with a higher, just normal amounts of emotional intelligence could. So so in turn, she kind of wants to act the way she wishes other people act towards her and just say things super bluntly. But people, sometimes you can't be so blunt, and that's what got her into trouble. And now she's trying to understand people, trying to be less blunt and sensitive, sympathetic with her words. But it's just not her. And so now that she's just kind of dug this hole of not being able to really be herself and painting this picture of someone that's more understanding and more able to read people than she actually is able to. It's just, how do you get out of it? Honestly, I feel really bad for Miki here, and I honestly kind of can relate to it sometimes, but it's really the only way you can really get out of this is just a heart-to-heart conversation with these girls and just telling them that it's not who I am. I'm sorry. It's gonna hurt, and you may lose your friends, but you still got plenty left, right? And if you weren't gonna be comfortable with them anyway, and you had to hide your true self, and they weren't gonna accept your true self, then, well, you should just let them go.
あと私可愛いよりもかっこいいって言われたい。
Yeah. Honestly, like it's very interesting because she said that the people before then didn't really see her as a girl and was maybe kind of complaining about it, but now they want her to be called cute, cool, right? She wants to be called cool, not cute, which is like basically she doesn't want to be seen like a girl. Which I don't really think it's a contradiction because it's pointing something out, but it's interesting in how she wants cool, not cute, which shows that she doesn't really want to be seen as a. I feel like she doesn't really want to be seen as a girl because she doesn't feel like she's entirely girl. I'm not saying she's trans again, but I am saying that she probably just wants to embrace her more masculine or tomboy aspects. That's what I think.
忘れていた感覚で胸が苦しい。
おい。
真剣な悩みなんですけど。まあさ、 学生のうちはどうしても狭い世界で生きなきゃいけないからしんどいよね。
でも大人になればその辺選択の自由があるから楽しいよ。
I mean, I guess that helps. It's just kind of like, well, you gotta live through it if you're a teen, but when you become an adult, it'll be better. It's just, can you help her with the now, the problem she's facing right now? Because like, I wouldn't say she's living in a bubble. She's just kind of like putting herself into a pigeonhole, putting herself into digging a hole for herself, not a bubble. She's digging a hole in order to get closer to other people. I was trying to use a fucking basement metaphor, but that wasn't gonna work. It's just, I don't give her some advice on what to do now. Like, this doesn't really help her now. I just kind of like, oh, just wait until you're an adult.
握力やば。
マジでやばいじゃん。
いやー、ほんとミッキーみたいな子クラスにいたら絶対楽しいわ。
いや、私学校じゃこういうノリじゃないんで。
Alright,
ミ
maybe.
キちゃん？それ本当？そういえばミキちゃんって自分の話あんまりしないよね。
That's the thing. Like, do you really want shallow friends like this where you can't really talk about yourself, talk about your problems of just a little bit? Like, I'm sorry, but if they really can't like handle the true parts of you, not the completely unfiltered true parts of her. That's, you need a bit. But if they can't handle that and they can't really connect with you, then well, connect with the people. Just be with the people that can. Be with Koyun, Minato, Yuta, those three friends that you can actually connect with, instead of them. It's sad you have to lose them, but I mean, you can't force it anymore. You can't really stay in this relationship if like you're just pretending and you're not really that happy. It's how I view it, at least.
私さ、塾にミキちゃんと同じ出身の友達いて、
Oh.
空気読まないとか性格きついとか、女の子に殴りかかってガラス割ったとか言ってたんだ。
Okay, to be fair, she was pushed into the glass, and she didn't punch her. She just grabbed her. I think. That was 8 minutes ago. How can you expect me to remember that?
いや、さすがに嘘でしょ。ミキちゃん、腕に傷跡あるよ。おはよう。
Well, she picks up on that social cue at least.
あの日、違和感を覚えてから。昨日、つーくんがゲストで出てて、あ、トーク番組の？あれは可愛かった。でしょ？あ、それ私も見た。
She was just a LARPer, man. She deadass just became a LARPer. Like, yeah, I saw that too. No, you didn't. You fucking LARPer. You shouldn't have to LARP in front of your friends. You should just be able to be honest, right? Like, if my friends talk about something I haven't seen and they're like, oh, that was so cool. I'm like, and they come to me and be like, oh, did you see this? You know about this? No. I'll just be like, no. Now, if they didn't ask me, then I'll just keep quiet about it. I'll be like, okay, you guys can talk about that. I'll just mind my own business. It's just, you shouldn't have to LARP for your friends. Not that much.
みんなから距離を取られている気がする。気にしすぎ、勘違い。どうとでも片付けられそうな些細なことだけど、前例があるから確信してしまう。なんでこんな気づきたくないことには気づけちゃうんだろう。
It's how people work sometimes, right? Not everyone is just willing to spill out their emotions. Or not everyone can really spill out their emotions just 24/7 and tell you exactly how they feel and shit. Cause, well, that's a lot. Cause in order to spill out your emotions, you have to admit them. You have to feel the intensity of them in order to spew it out. And you can't really handle that every fucking day and just go through that every fucking time you need to communicate with someone. So you need to have some basic like inference skills, some basic ability to pick up on people. But okay, one thing I do want to talk about aside from that is the timeline of things. Like, that day was the day that things changed. Like, Was all of that really just the past? Like she just walked up to her friends and she was like, "Hey," and then that, or was it the thing with Sukun? Because I don't think it was that. But hmm?
でも原因はそういうんじゃないから言い方がきつかったか
Oh, it's this one. Okay, this is what she means. Makes sense.
らそれか気づかないうちにまた無神経なことを
Hmm.
すんごい悩むね。チャオ。
You are not some fucking idol, man. Go to Tamon's B-side for that. Even Yota's done with this man, like. Really, bro? You flown with her? Well, she is the girl he likes, so. Maybe he's a little bit jealous. I don't know.
みなと
ん？
まあびっくりするじゃん
He was expecting her to be a tsundere, but she actually was happy to see him. I don't know, Yota might just be a bit the turns of table. I thought it was Minato getting cugged, but then no, now it's Yota getting cugged. Ah!
で、どれで迷ってるの？カレー？青汁？
Who the fuck orders curry from a vending machine? Listen, we talked about this before with that one fucking curry drink, but how in God's blue ball do you get curry from a vending machine? Bro, why would you just drink curry? Who the hell just drinks curry? That is weird. I'm sorry, that's weird. It's fucking disgusting.
おそうか。
いやもうオレンジジュース買ったし
じゃあコイントスして表がカレー、裏が青汁ね。
だからオレンジ
Bro, that coin is not falling like normal.
あるって
And I like how and I like how Yota is just like, I got you the orange juice. Here you
も
go.
う
あ、ストロー全
You. That's just a you problem, man.
部入
How?
っちゃった。
なんで伸ばさず入れてんの？
ぽやぽやしすぎ
ぽやぽや？
楽しいな落ち着くな教室戻りたくないな
Mm.
このまま二人と一緒にいたい
And I think it's in different ways as well, because Yota's whole thing is that he has a very calming presence, and it's just he's a bit of an airhead, so he does kind of speak his mind a lot, though not all the time. And then Minato is different in that he is the one that picks up on social cues. So, like, he understands people and he is able to like when he talks to people, he's able to understand not only who they are, but also understand what they might understand. And I think he understands that Miki is unable to pick out social cues, so he kind of maybe translates that a little bit and just makes it easier for her to communicate, especially with him, because he can pick up on that, and so he just states it more plainly. That's just the interpretation of why I think that she's more comfortable with these two. But then the question is, who is she gonna end up with? The one on the left or the one on the right?
ミキ、
Where the fuck did you come from? What the hell?
お前はほんと目離すとすぐこれだよ。
あずみさん困ってんだろ？
No, listen, just because there's a girl crying and a guy in front of her doesn't mean that the guy. Okay, this does look bad. Withdraw, bro. You are not fucking army. This isn't your fucking bank account. What are you talking about?
男子には男子のコミュニティがあって
That's right. I mean, in most like social settings, guys and girls kind of segregate themselves into their own communities. It's just kind of natural. But that doesn't mean they don't intermingle. It doesn't mean that guys and girls can't be friends. It's just kind of what seems natural. I'm not saying it is natural. I'm just saying that like it just seems to be so common.
やっぱり私はどこにも属せない
It's kind of an identity crisis. I thought it was more of an imposter syndrome. And maybe it is a bit of that too, but it's more of like an identity crisis. Like she's not she's not a girly enough to be a girl, but she's also not like guy enough to be a guy. So like what is she? Where does she go? Like, who does she turn to? Right? The guys, the girls? Does she just have neither? It's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I don't really have a solution to you except for just finding people that do accept you, which I think are Minato and Yota.
ミキ夜連絡する。じゃあ後で。
Touched.
わざわざうちの方まで来なくてもよかったのに。
バイクだとすぐだよ。ミキもそのうち気軽に遠くへ行けるようになるよ。
What is the legal age for motorcycle?
楽しみだね。
ヨータ、優しすぎるよ。
Honestly, Yota's handling this pretty well. Like I remember from last episode we established that he gets nervous around the Miki and it's like he becomes a bit of a mess, but like I think he's handling himself very well here with how he's just able to comfort her. But then again, a lot of it is just kind of, you know, listening to people vent out their problems, but still difficult to do, I'd say. And you have to also give them advice. And one more thing. What is the legal age for motorcycle in Japan? I've asked that twice now.
俺は普通だよ。
私また失敗しちゃったみたい。高校からは変わりたくて結構頑張ってたんだけど、やっぱダメなんだね。
ミキが頑張ってたのは知ってるよ。コユンもミナトも俺もミキのことをちゃんと知ってる。ちゃんと知ってて一緒にいたいと思ってるよ。
I'm sorry, I wanted to pause a bit earlier, but I just kind of feel for it now. Like it's just coming to me that I really do relate to Miki, and I just I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but I really do relate to Miki, and I'm just like I'm sorry, the words aren't coming out right now, but the way that she's acting, the way that she's feeling right now, it just feels so familiar to me. And I look at that and I look at myself and I'm just like, it's me. And I think of the me that I hated back in high school, the me that I want to be right now, and the me that I'm failing to be right now. It's not even like that much of a scene, but I'm kind of getting there. I don't think so. This show won't make me cry. Kinda watery, kind of, but not really. Just, I can relate to this so much, and I never thought that I would. But, anyways, back to the main point that I was trying to make. I got very distracted there, but you obviously want to be different, right? After being confronted with the fact that you are an asshole and that you suck and that you make people's lives more uncomfortable, you hurt people in high school or in her case middle school, you want to be better. You imagine the self that you want to be and you try to change to become that, and it kind of works to an extent, but it's just kind of burying on top of the real you that really sucked. Well, okay, in my case is just being creepy, not blunt. So I should change that. But just trying to change and finding it so difficult, and just being so mad at yourself for finding it so difficult, for not being able to be the better person that you need to be for other people. And she doesn't even know why, but she's messed up. She can't pick on them. Just can't pick on these social cues. She doesn't even know why they're mad at her. She doesn't even know how she's messed up this time, and yet she's still beating herself up over it because somehow, some way, she's failed. Somehow, some way, she returned back to her old ways, even for just a split second, and now her friends hate her again. It's honestly really sad to me. But Yota is absolutely right. They all know her, and they all want to be with her, precisely because they know her, precisely because they're closer with her, precisely because they know who the real Miki is. They want to keep being with that real Miki. And it's just so wholesome to me, having that kind of support system and people that know who you are and still want to be with you and will support you. So, I don't know. I feel like this has to end with Miki losing her other friends in favor of spending more time with them, getting closer with them, because they are the ones that seem to accept her more. And I I just relate to it so much. I don't know what to say.
一緒にいたいと思ってるよ。
I would cry too, man. Like, I'm almost crying right now. I mean, not almost, but I could maybe cry right now. It's just so touching to just have someone to say that, you know? Have someone that will just be there for you, even once they know you, or even because they know you.
私ね、どんどん自分がわからなくなってて。
Yeah.
ありがとう。大好き。
Whoa! What? I was just getting invested in the heat of the moment and then just... Okay, no. No way, wait. It's not happening this episode, right? This is only episode 8. How many episodes is this? How many episodes does this show have? 13? What's it got? What's it got? Show it to me. Fuck, it's Ramparts! Ramparts! I can't find it, you piece of shit, yo goddamn dirty ape. Okay, at least now I'm getting out of the heat of the moment. Oh, we don't know. My anime list just does not know how many episodes it's gonna be. We just know there's gonna be some episodes, but... Okay, we'll cross that finale when we get to it, I guess. Cool. But either way, it's episode 8 out of 12 or 13 or whatever, and we've already got this, so...
Yota と友達になれて。
Fuck, I was so... Man, really? Really? Friends? Are we for real right now? Come on. That's so disappointing, man.
本当によかった。
Friends. Look at that face of his. That's a very... That smile doesn't feel like a full smile. Like, there's some part of him that's not really satisfied with that. I think maybe he's gonna beat himself up over that. Like, obviously in this moment he wants to be a comforting friend. Someone that's gonna comfort her and tell her that it's okay and that she doesn't need to change herself so drastically. But I think there's also a part of him that's sad that the words "I love you" were meant as a friend, and she said that she values him as a friend. And maybe he's a little bit sad that he probably can't go further, and that if he tries, the fact that she sees him as like a friend, as a good, like, comforting friend, that fact might stand in the way of a possible romance. Or maybe he just doesn't like the fact that he's being called a friend.
俺も大好き。
Don't double meaning me. Don't fucking do that to me, bro. Bro, that's just... You too, huh? You too. I just don't want Yota to get cuffed, man. He seems like a nice guy. Bro, you just... Koyun, can you eat in the cafeteria? Can you just eat at a normal place for once in your life?
切ればちょっと
But honestly, I agree with her. Like, to an extent, yeah. But I feel like you should just talk to them and be like, okay, I feel like you guys are kind of growing distant. You're kind of avoiding me. Like, what's up right now? You shouldn't be so like self-conscious to the point where you don't ask them, and if there is something wrong, even you can notice that. So just ask them that, and if it's a stupid reason, and if you can't hash things out, then yeah, split them off. Right? You shouldn't be afraid to be able to do that with your friends. You should be so desperate for that.
って理由も言わずに酒出して
Well, you don't know that, right? Maybe you've done something wrong. Maybe like you don't know whether you've crossed someone's line because those people's lines are different from your lines. So maybe you unknowingly did cross a line, but you gotta hash this out. You gotta just talk. Korean is right to an extent, but you can't be so rash. You gotta talk things out. Just communicate each other's feelings, and if it turns out that they are just being the assholes here, then like fuck them. Like go away.
多数が一人をのけ者にして一人で人を嫌いになれないような人たちと関わる必要ある
Okay, but then again, this is also driven from her experiences and the fact that she has dealt with like bullying and the majority trampling down on one girl, so she kind of views it through that lens. But I'm trying to view it from a more objective lens, obviously not completely objectively, but I'm trying to view it from that, and I think that she is kind of right, but she's just a bit too rash.
いや違うごめん私の伝え方が悪かったコユンがそんなに怒るとは怒るでしょそりゃ違うのみんな超いい子たちなの私が馴染めてないだけで
Now the nurses just fucking chill with it. Like, Koyun is just eating inside her goddamn office, and then she's like, fuck it. It's just the new norm. Sure, I'll just drink my tea.
いいところなんて誰にだってあるよ一緒にいて苦しいのにでもいいところもあるからとかあの時力になってくれたからとかそうや
This is actually a very powerful set of lines. Like, a lot of times people say that everyone has bad parts of them, right? And you need to be able to accept that. But this is kind of the opposite. Everyone has good parts of them. And she's right. Because these people, they probably are good people. But the fact is, you don't mesh well with them. And you're not really able to connect with them, like I said before. And so even if they are good people, they're good people that can't really... that you don't vibe with. And that's completely fine. Right? You're a good person as well. That doesn't make you any less of a good person. And so, just because someone is good doesn't mean that you'll like them, right? Because you could have completely opposing views on things, and perfectly normal things, or just completely different interests. Like, you don't have to hate them, obviously, but you just don't like them. Even if you both are good people, you're just too different in many ways, and you can't really get close with each other. It kind of sucks that it's like that, but I think that's the case with a lot of people, right? Like, just because you can't get close to someone doesn't mean that is a bad person. And it also means that just because they're not a bad person doesn't mean you can get close to them. It's a two-way street. And, well, yeah, just using that excuse of, like, they are good people and that they are nice, yes, but that doesn't mean you should stick with them. You should absolutely be able to drop your friendships, your connections, if they're harming you, if it makes you suffer, if it doesn't make you feel good, especially a friendship. So, Koyun is actually kind of like spitting fire.
力になってくれたからとかそうやってその人の一部にしがみついてたらどんどん自分を消費していくだけだよ
Exactly. You cling on to the good parts of people. Even if it's more good than bad, just clinging on to those good parts of a person and not all the... Even on the bad parts are the parts that don't really work well with you, the parts that are kind of a drag on you. Clinging to those good parts while not being able to see the bad. That in and of itself is bad. And you should be able to cut them off. You should be able to do that. Maybe hash things out one final time, have one final talk about shit, but you shouldn't be too afraid to cut off your friendships. Obviously, you shouldn't want to do that, but when shit gets to this level, I feel as if you kind of have to, right? You just don't work with each other very well, and that's okay. You just need to amicably accept that and move on. Kind of like a breakup.
そんなミキ、私は見てられない。
Mm. You know what? And this is a good tough love moment. Yota was being kind of soft with her and like gentle, like comforting kind of advice, but then Koyun is more like tough love, like yes, it sucks, but you should be able to just cut them off because they're just making you suffer. Even if they are good people, you just cling on to the good parts and don't accept the parts that are bad to you. And I feel like she needs both. You need both tough love and soft love.
あ、
Good cop, bad cop.
ミキ、前に自分の気持ちがわからないって言ってたよね。
That is from a long time ago. What the fuck? That is actually from like episode 2 or 1. I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. Like, it's crazy because it kind of came up with like a joke, like, I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. And like now it's actually like have to take like it's actually a serious line because now that you think about it, that is a very like I don't even know what I'm feeling anymore. Like you're so lost in the sauce and lost in terms of what your identity is that you don't even know like how to feel, how you should feel, how to feel. It's just that is actually fucked up.
私もそう思ったことがあったんだけど、今は一日のことを思い返したときに、今日は楽しかったな。
Hey, it's the duck. It's the duck that's also in polar opposites.
返したときに、今日は楽しかったな。いい日だったなって心からちゃんと思えたら、その日の自分は心を開いていたんだと思う。ミキは誰といる時の自分が好き？
That is the important part. It's not looking for people that accept all parts of you. It's looking for the people that will be able to bring out the best parts of you. Not all the parts, not including the bad. And especially not only the bad, but the people that are able to bring the best parts out of you. Not someone that you think they want you to be, but the actual real you, the best parts of you. That is some great fucking advice. Right? And it is interesting because to an extent I think all of us don't know how to feel. Sometimes it's just like a day is so mixed, you're like, man, I don't really know how to feel. But the way Koyun approaches it and her character arc as well has just been really nice. The fact that she gets kind of like, if it's a nice day, if I had fun, then I can truly say that I've opened up to people. And the fact that she's able to like say that, the fact that she's able to say that she has opened up to people and acknowledges that and is happy about that and is making steps towards doing that more and more. That's a very nice arc. And I like the development that Koyun has gotten thus far. And hopefully, with this episode, Miki's gonna get some too.
自分が自分でいられない場所に居続けるのは辛いよ。
Yeah.
もう無理しないで。
It hurt. She's right here, but she was also right in how the good parts of you, right? The good parts of you. You can be yourself, but also the best. Where you can, feels like you can't be yourself. How am I gonna phrase this? It hurts when you put in an environment where you can't be yourself, and it also hurts to be in an environment where you show too much of yourself, where you just show like all the bad parts, and people hate that. The best environment is one where you show and become the best version of yourself, the best parts of yourself. The kind of people, surrounding yourself with the kind of people that do that is, I think, a very hard part in life, but it's hard to find people that do that. But if you can, then, well, I think you're gonna have a very wonderful life.
もう無理しないで。
Yeah, but you can't force friendship.
中学の頃、王を壊す側だった私が、高校に入ってから必要とされて人をつなぐことができて、嘘みたいだった。嘘でも偽りの自分でも守りたいと思った。
That's the thing, like when you've been a loner for so long, you've been the one that caused problems, the fact that things just kind of work out around you, good things come to you and you seem to be needed again. just maybe need it for the first time in your life. You want to cling on to that for however you, with whatever methods you can, however way you can. And you just get wrapped up in this lie. You just keep digging hole and this false impression of you to the point where you don't even know how to act. You don't even know who's the real you. It's just fucked up.
けどコユン、私みんなと仲直りしたい。
Okay.
今の話聞いてね、思った。やっぱり私は人が好き。今のクラスもみんなのことも好き。ただずっと自分を偽ってるから仲良くなりきれなかった。やり直したい。仲直りしたい。
I don't know about that. I mean, especially you want to get to know them more and get closer to them. It's that you want to make up, but you also gotta acknowledge when things don't work out. So, like I said before, communicate first, then we determine how things go. But you also, like I said before, shouldn't be afraid to cut them off. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna end well for her.
Miki, すごすぎる。
Miki, I don't feel so good.
ミキちゃん来なかったね。私プリン買ってくるね。
This reminds me, I very recently bought some coffee jelly. It was very good. Psyche K was absolutely right. Favorite dessert
プリ
now.
ン？
ごめんなさい。
いえいえ。ミキの友達。
Okay, whoa. Hold the front. Come on, Minato. Minato, don't be such a fucking playboy. You just fucking you just got done with your ex. Now you're gonna, come on.
だよね。マリちゃん、ムーコちゃん、メイちゃん。
I feel like it's kind of, is that kind of I mean, like, it shows that she's talked about, it's okay.
なんで名前？
教えてもらったこと。
Yeah, but it is a bit creepy. Like, I know you, you're this one, that one, that one. It's like, never talked to you in my life. How do you know my name?
あるから。俺も友達。みんなの話もいろいろ聞いてるよ。
Okay, that's just, I've heard so much about you. And with the delivery as well. It's like, come on, you want to scare them?
甘いもの好き。でしょ？前ミキがいろいろ調べたりしてたからさ。
前行ったお店、もしかして。てっきり悪いこと言われてたのかと思っちゃった。
なんで？ミキの友達の陰口。
Wait, so was this all a fucking misunderstanding? Where they thought she was talking bad about them? And so they distanced themselves from her? Okay. That's one. At least we're clearing it up thanks to Minato. You know what? Maybe this is a calculated move. Maybe this is all a calculated move where Minato saw what was going on and the locksmith that he is, he inserted himself into the situation to fix everything. I think that's fully within Minato's character, and he's a smart guy. I think it honestly could have been like that.
叩くわけないじゃん。言ってたことある？
Though, I feel that's kind of obvious. Now that I think about it. Yeah, no shit he would do that. Like, especially if Miki just came, like, with, like, what's restaurants with girls like. Honestly, I don't know what I was talking about. This is, like, the most obvious thing. I don't know why I thought it was so smart.
でしょ？ところで、ムーコのムーって何？
北村のム
原型ないじゃん。でもやっとすっきりした。
ー。
Yeah, stop. Come on, yeah, don't be so distracted by the huzz, man. Weird interaction though.
フレンドリーな人だったね。
Yeah, he's a friendly guy. It's just his attitude towards people can be a bit twisted sometimes, let's say.
ミキちゃん。放課後ちょっと話がしたい。
But let's see it. Let's see it. I guess that before shouldn't be afraid to cut them off, but we'll see if they can actually like accept like the true her and whether they can really hash things out. But I don't know. Maybe they can. Maybe we're not giving these girls enough credit.
最近みんな私のことあまりよく思ってなかったよね。ごめんね。正直まだ何が嫌だったのかちゃんと分かってないんだ。
And look, they're not gonna feel bad because they made her feel like she did something wrong. These guys better feel bad about themselves.
けど
Jeez.
嫌われるのも仲良くなるのもやっぱ本当の自分がいいなって。
Damn. Whether you hate or like me, I want it to be the real me that you hate or like. That's the kind of mindset that I was thinking of. That was the kind of mindset that I've been encouraging, right? Like, if they're comfortable with the real you, then nice, they like the real you. But if they don't like the real you, then that's fine. Right? At least you've shown them the real you, and now you can be with the people that do like the real you. So, you know, the titular friend group.
ね、私実は
What? Let me read this again. About past actually a criminal? Oh, this is what they think.
高校デビューなの。
That is the most common thing of all time. Like a high school debut is like one of the most common tropes in all of anime. I swear to God. Especially romance anime, for the love of God.
みんなが言うような可愛い女の子でもないし、アイドルなんてほど遠いの。座ってる時に足開くし。
You sit with your legs apart? Bro, I sit with my legs crossed. I don't even know what you're talking about. That's just more comfortable.
扉は足で閉めるし。
I do that. Sometimes I open doors with my foot. Like, you have to understand. Like, okay, maybe I can do it right now. Nah, I'm not gonna show you guys.
ハンカチ忘れて手を振ってごまかすし。
That I also
プリ
do.
ント後ろから回収するときに腕の汗で髪がシワシワすぎてめちゃくちゃ。
Me too, bro. This girl's literally me. This girl is actually just literally me right now. I told you before I was really relating to her back in like the playground scene, and now I'm like, bro, it's all shit that I do except for the sitting part. That one I don't.
焦
Do.
るようなそういう人間なの。
Damn. They're all thinking, man. It was not that deep.
だから私の本当の性格とか好きなものとか知られたら嫌われるかもなんて考えちゃって自分を偽ってずっとみんなを騙してました。ごめんなさい。私この前ミキちゃんが学校じゃこんなノリじゃないって話してるの聞いちゃって、本当は仲良くしたくもないのに一緒にいたのかななんて。それは違うよ。
No, she wants to be a friend. It's just that she feels as if she's playing a part in order to do that. You know, that's why she said that she's not like this at school because she doesn't act like how she usually acts at school. That's it.
勝手に自分に制限かけて自滅してただけで、私はただ仲良くなりたかっただけ。
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt. I say you should be ready to, but I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt to have to cut off friends. It doesn't hurt to have people that suddenly hate you for being the real you, but that's just, like I said before, that's life. Just, you have to move on. You have to cut them off at that point and move on to the people that do actually accept you. And yeah, it's gonna hurt, but people are gonna have to leave you eventually, or you're gonna have to leave them eventually. So obviously you don't want to cut it short, but you can't be super afraid of cutting things off. completely, even with the people that do accept the real you. Come on, hug her. Give her a hug.
制限をかけさせてたのは私たちだよね。ごめんね。そんなことないよ。私もごめん。ミキちゃんが中学の頃喧嘩してガラス割ったって。
Well, she kind of did. Like, that is just a straight up fact. She did, just not in the way you expect.
朝真に受けたりして。ごめん、それは本当。
Yeah, maybe you should have. Well, then again, this is a time to tell truth, so maybe she can't really lie, but. Might want to explain that one a bit more. I mean, you are a baddie, though. I hate myself. You are a baddie, though. Fucking hell. Look at that. Accept the real her. See, Koyun was a bit rash, like I said before, but we didn't have to do all that cutting off shit. They actually do accept the real us, see? And that's kind of the lesson we learn from polar opposites. You know, that you may think that people won't accept the real you, but you just gotta be a little bit more honest. Be more open about your feelings, and you'll be surprised how accommodating people really are, because people are just more nice than you think.
Miki, 今帰んの？遅いね。
ちょっといろいろ喋ってて。
Wait a minute. All these fucking girls are blushing. Don't tell me he's already pulling 3 Come on. This dude's such a fucking playboy. Come on. You just got done with your ex and you doing this shit? Minato. Don't you have Koyun? A man never changes. A man never changes.
あの後プリン変えた？
みんなと何したの？あなた何の後？
なんでそうなんの？
兄ちゃん！
After. I mean, that's a bit mine in the gutter, girl. Did you really default to that? They could have just had a conversation, but it seems that Miki seems very protective of her friends, especially Koyun. And she does not want Minato to ever get with either of them because, you know, she has first-hand experience in Minato. But honestly, I don't think she'd really mind that much. Like, she may outwardly do that, but I don't think she actually believes Minato's a bad guy. In fact, she might even have some feelings for him. It's just that because she's so overprotective, because she, like, kind of outwardly, not inwardly, hates, or at least expresses displeasure at Minato's whole like playboy thing and his whole locksmith thing as well. I feel as if she kind of overblows things a little bit, and she doesn't actually hate Minato that much.
落ち着いて。バリア、三角バリア。
何？三根バリアとは卑怯なり。
三角コン。
Yeah, see, they kind of like a fuck. They kind of like a bickering thing where they say they hate each other, but that's kind of like a tsundere way where they hate each other, but they actually might even like each other. But and again, like I said before, Koyun and Minato, not Miki and Minato, because then Yota gets cucked, and I don't want anyone to get cucked in this show. But I don't know, the wind is blowing in different directions, it's hard to tell where to go. Also, that's only 2 cones. Why talk about a tricone? Yeah, she's funny. Like, she's just a really fun girl to be around.
コユン、今日はありがとう。仲直りしたよ。
The ED is playing right now. Something dramatic's gonna happen.
これからはありのままのミキちゃんでいきます。
Look at that. So nice. Like she can just be herself now. What a good lesson to learn. It kind of out of polar opposites too. Like I said before. The
少し
ED.
ずつでもゆっくりでもミキが今より楽しめるようになればいいな。
What about yourself? Miki gets to have more fun than she's having now. But what about you, Koyu? Do you also want to have more fun? Open up to people more than you are now? I was just praising your arc before, but maybe there's a bit more to it.
いやー、どうもご心配おかけしました。
いや
Why did you bleach your hair? No, seriously, why? No, I actually am very mad at you because the last time I saw a character bleach their hair in a romance anime was in fucking Toradora. And the fucking nerd guy became a big asshole. Well, not an asshole, but he just was such a like he did all that shit because he couldn't confess to the girl he liked, and she was going away to America. Like, holy shit, that thing with Toradora was ass.
急ハンドル切りすぎアイドル業はもういいの？
廃業です。イエーイ。
I mean, does the blonde hair help? Does the bleached hair help more with becoming an idol? I mean, I don't think that it should matter that much.
てかアイドル受けるんだけど。よかったね。
That was such an awkward one too. Just fucking, I'm giving up. Yay! I felt it, but I felt that fucking awkwardness in the screen.
てかアイドル受けるんだけど。よかったね、ミキ。
Oh, nothing. Just straight up. I'm happy for you, Miki. Look at that. Just not. Like usually we get some super dramatic shit, but no, it's just. Oh, post credit scene, but usually we get some super dramatic shit before the the ending credit rolls, and then it's just no, it's not like that. It's just nice. Okay, I'm not gonna get copyright for that, but anyways, post credit scene time. I knew there was gonna be more. I knew it.
はいこれ
Oh my god. Listen, I get that doing past papers is a good idea, and I do them from time to time, but I also don't give a shit! I'm not studying for shit. I have to watch anime for an hour and a
去
half.
年の学年末テストもらったやつ
Minato-kun wa kami! Man, Tamon's B side fell off.
雨宮くんありがとう。
いやって何愛想悪くない俺
What?
雨宮くんありがとう。
I mean, I guess it's kind of moody. It's not really.
この問題習ってなくない？
これはねこの式を
It's nice that even Minato like does something and immediately regrets it. Like you know that feeling when you do something and like, oh, why did I do that? You know, like the immediate cringe and regret.
使ってその後こっちの式に
なんかやった気がする。
Got the fuzzies. Why? Because you see two of your friends get together. Oh, because I forgot. She knows. I'm so stupid. She knows. Damn, her face is actually really cute. Look at that. Actually, it looks really nice. How, Minato? You defaulted. He's just defaulting to cooking himself. He's just defaulting to that. Like, bro, you need to see the full picture, not just the fucking, what's it called again? The little detail. The Chinese have this saying, and I know I do this a lot, but let me break out the fucking Chinese textbook again. Okay, I know it's around here somewhere. It's somewhere here. But it was something about blind people and an elephant or something. I don't know. It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little, might not be as, okay. There it is. 盲人摸象. 盲人摸象. Which means blind people touch the elephant. So, like, I think how the story goes is like some blind people were touching an elephant and they didn't know what it was. So a guy touched the trunk. It was like, oh, it's a snake. The guy touched the ear. They thought it was I don't know, a fucking parachute or something. This fucking the guy touched the body. Thought it was a wall. I touched the leg. Thought it was a tree stump, something like that. You know, you gotta, and it shows how you can't just take things individually. You gotta take the entire picture. And the same thing here. You can't just be like, oh, she's looking at Yota, I'm fucking cock. No, you gotta take it from the entire picture. She's looking at Yota and Miki being together. But then again, hindsight's 2020. We know something he doesn't, so he might misconstrue it.
ちょっと飲み物買ってくる。
はーい。
Bro definitely has feelings for Koyun. Like, he felt immediately uncomfortable, shook off those thoughts, and then was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink. He clearly likes Koyun, he just doesn't admit it. He's acting as if he only has a friend crush, but he actually has a real crush.
私も行ってくる。うん。
Okay, now Koyun isn't doing that because she likes Minato, but she's only doing that because she wants Yota and Miki to be alone. Alright. I almost misconstrued that myself, but I thought about it for just a little bit more.
Good luck.
Good luck. Wait. I feel like Yota's more annoyed than like thankful of Koyun. Ironically, I mean he should be thankful we're getting him alone.
雨宮くん、私も行く。
そう。
Man, why you look so dead inside? Like, come on. Is he really not gonna be able to piece it together? The fucking locksmith not gonna be able to piece together these 2 points of information? I mean, he's a smart guy, but does he really have the ability to make that deduction? Like, does he have the information that he needs? And looking at it from the outside in, yeah, but if you look at it from his point of view, I guess it still makes sense. It still does, just... this is awkward.
どうしよう。少し機嫌悪い。
No.
これ、一人になりたかった感じなんじゃ。
I feel like to an extent he kind of wanted to be alone, like, because he doesn't want to have to deal with the fact that he's a little bit jealous of Koyun, like looking at Yota in that way. So in a way, he does want to be alone because he wants to like be able to simmer in his feelings alone because he hates the fact that he feels that way. So he doesn't want other people to get in the way of him kind of seething in his bad feelings.
何？なんで？
Or maybe he's a bit nervous because he's with the girl he likes.
寒。
So she's super cold, but he's hot. Because he's getting all nervous and shit. And then she is just cold because it's fucking winter. Okay. Fuck you, Netflix. But anyways, another episode of Ramparts of Ice. What a good one. This time, it's more on Miki's backstory. Interesting. Very nice. And, you know, I like this episode as like a little arc for Miki. Just her coming to terms with her real self and hashing things out with her friends, hashing out that misunderstanding. And now she's able to show her real self to them, you know. Just, that was nice. They made up and shit. And it was a very nice episode for Miki's character. I was surprised to see that they were going for a Miki-centric episode because we've gotten through 8 episodes already and we haven't really gotten that until now. And, you know, it's very welcome. So that was interesting. And I don't know how to feel because obviously when it comes to the romance, because obviously Miki does appreciate Yota, especially for that playground scene, but I don't know if she really sees him as more than a friend, and that's kind of the thing that I was on the perfect frame. That is the kind of thing that I think Yota was kind of deliberating. Like he's happy, but he's also it's kind of mixed emotions there. So we don't know how that's gonna end, but hopefully it's gonna end well enough. I don't want Yoti to get cucked. We don't really know whether she has feelings for Minato. I don't think so. We haven't really got enough hits for that. But I think we've gotten a lot of hints from Minato liking Koyun. That's the big ship that I think might sail. Because he's getting all nervous and shit, getting jealous. Like, it's very clear this is also a ship. It's just a matter of whether she will. It's all about the girls, man. The guys clearly have their feelings, but the girls, we don't know whether they're gonna reciprocate them. So, time will tell. Time will tell. But that is going to be the end of this reaction. If you're still here after an hour and 20 minutes, thank you. But you should probably get out of here, but not before subscribing, liking, ringing the bell, comment down below, and be sure to check out the playlist over there for more Ramparts of Ice content. And as always, until next time, sayonara!